broader spectrum of people. And the best part about this, it's free. It's happening right now here in Atlanta. So let's get right to CBS 46's Rebecca Schramm. She's live on the campus of Georgia Tech University. And Rebecca, the governor making this big announcement this morning that the testing site is now open. We don't want people to bombard them. So what are the rules here?
Well, Karen, yeah, as soon as the governor made that announcement and it started making its way through social media, people started signing up immediately for appointments and then heading this way. This is one of the stopping points right here where they check you and check your ID, that sort of thing. This is a unique partnership between CVS Health and state and federal health officials. And as you're about to see, we found out for ourselves the testing is not just for healthcare workers or people considered to be medically fragile. As soon as the drive-through clinic opened, Alex Garcia was the first in line for the 9 a.m. slot.
My house, family of four, has been coughing for the past 2 weeks about.
Not far behind him, my colleague, photojournalist Joe Holland, who's also been coughing and had occasional shortness of breath lately. Both had already gone online and their symptoms qualified them for this appointment. Here's how it works. Once you're in line, you show your ID and your confirmation text, and you follow the signs into a secure parking garage on the campus of Georgia Tech.
Testing is by appointment only.
A special radio station even broadcasts directions, making sure you stay in your vehicle and keep your window up until you're told to lower it.
Take the swab.
Take the nasal swab and insert it deeply into each nostril.
The testing that we're using just got an FDA approval about 10 days ago.
Emmanuel Colati is the Senior Vice President of CVS Health.
The Minute Clinic nurse practitioners and nurses are orchestrating the actual testing where we get the results. A positive test will only take about 5 minutes. A negative might take up to 13 minutes.
My colleague Joe's result, negative. Same for Alex Garcia, who's glad to know his sickness is not COVID-19.
All that is weighing on our mind, obviously, and everything else that's going on, so I wanted to get here as soon as I could.
So yeah, great news for both of those guys. As for people who test positive, well, they are given extensive instructions, including requirements to self-quarantine. So far, about 500 people have signed up for the drive-through appointments. They have the capacity here of testing 1,000 people a day. We're live in Midtown. Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
That's amazing, Rebecca. Thanks so much. Now, we have breaking news now from the Georgia Department of Public Health. Just over 7,300 people are coronavirus positive in Georgia. 229 people have lost their lives. Fulton County has the most cases still, with more than 1,000. State and commercial labs have tested over 31,000 people so far. Right now, all of Georgia is under a shelter-in-place order, and that will remain in place through April 13th. Exceptions include essential employees going to work and people getting food or even medicine. Folks are still allowed to go outside and exercise, get some fresh air, but you're required to stick to social distancing guidelines. The mayor of Tybee Island and Governor Kemp not really seeing eye to eye when it comes to whether or not beaches should be open or closed. Mayor Shirley Sessions says she closed beaches to help stop the spread of the coronavirus, but the governor has now said beaches can stay open. Sessions says his decision is confusing since he's also given the shelter-in-place order. She hopes he reconsiders and says this puts the area in a tough situation.
We don't have the ability to make sure that people are not gathering in groups of more than 10. And we also do not have our lifeguards on the beach to help protect beachgoers. So we're at a very, very precarious situation.
Sessions adds the state has promised to have Georgia State Patrol and the Department of Natural Resources watch the beaches for them. The mayor is also asking folks to shoot video and take pictures of anyone who's violating social distancing rules. Under the governor's order, state parks have remained open as well, and that's keeping park rangers busy. The Georgia Department of Natural Resources tells us there have been some complaints about large groups. Officials say they're trying to educate the public about keeping 6 feet in distance instead of giving them citations. Families in the Dougherty County school system will not be able to get their lunch and breakfast for now. The district's suspending meal service after one of its food service staff tested positive for coronavirus. I spoke exclusively with the superintendent, Kenneth Dyer, who confirmed the employee got sick back on March 26th and tested positive just 2 days ago on the 4th. Teachers were in the building on Friday while preparing assignments for the students and could have also come in contact with that infected worker. I got some calls from some teachers who were concerned that they had to go in school today.
The regulation is that they had to be in groups of no more than 10, and they had to maintain social distancing. And prior to any teacher going in, we had our custodial crew, and they disinfected every classroom, every room, and every building. What they're doing is they're preparing instructional packets based on the plan that the principals have. They're preparing instructional packets for students who don't have internet access at home.
Now, this was before, actually, they found out that an employee had tested positive. That employee's test result came back later after the teachers were in the school. Employees who were in contact are self-quarantining through Thursday, April 9th. Dyer also telling me he's working to arrange alternative staffing and masks for employees, and he doesn't know how long the meal service will be suspended. Remember, Dougherty County currently has the largest number of deaths from the coronavirus. We will, of course, keep you updated on this story. Well, the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter will help lead a new coronavirus outreach committee. Governor Kemp says the King Center CEO, Dr. Bernice King, will co-chair the new committee, which is an extension of the state's coronavirus task force. This group is made up of more than a dozen business and nonprofit leaders from all over our state. Well, let's take a look at how Wall Street is doing right now. The Dow up over 1,000 points. You can see it right there. It's about 5% better than it has been doing. We're going to keep an eye on the numbers throughout this half hour. A lot of the information that you're getting about the coronavirus coming, going, changing just so very quickly. So we are leading coverage on the coronavirus pandemic with hourly updates on our powerful CBS 46 streaming app and on our CBS 46